Hello everyone, Denia is back and this is an updated guide for her covering all the latest info, best builds for every situation and rotations. Without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting with her kit, let's begin with her forte. Her forte fills up with most of her attacks, her normal attacks, intro skill and resonance skill. On using her liberation, she enters into breakdown form where she gets 30% attack and consumes these forte points to deal additional damage. You will also notice these 3 crystals which are called as dark cores. These cores increase the damage of a resonance skill in breakdown form and you can easily gain these dark cores through our usual rotation, which I will explain in a bit. On entering the liberation state, dealing damage fills up a liberation icon. Once it is filled, you can use it to deal good damage, leaving an erosion field for 30 seconds, providing crowd control and dealing damage over time. Denia can apply Fusion Burst or Tune Strain on enemies with various attacks, including the erosion field which can apply it from off field. In Tune Strain mode, when any resonator applies Tune Strain shifting, Denia immediately fills up enemies half of Tune Break bar. This has a cooldown of 300 seconds. From her inherent skill, she gives 30% fusion damage bonus in a Fusion Burst state, whereas she gives up to 50 Tune Break boost in Tune Strain mode. Most of Denia's damage is considered as Resonance Liberation damage. Moving on to her sequences. The first sequence just focuses on increasing her personal damage and gives her immunity to interruption, which is a nice quality of life upgrade, but I would say this sequence is not worth it. The sequence 2 is her best sequence to go for. In Fusion Burst mode, it gives 50% fusion damage bonus to the character that applies Fusion Burst and additionally gives an effect to Denia which lets her ignore 10% of enemies' fusion resistance. In Tune Strain mode, the effect from her forte which fills up half of Tune Break meter now fills it up to 100%, and it also increases the Tune Break boost of the character that applies Tune Strain by 20. Additionally, for both the modes, the damage multiplier of the resonance skill in a liberation form is increased by 40%. The other sequences are personal damage increase for Denia. You can check the damage increase over here. For her talent priority, prioritize her liberation, forte circuit, resonance skill, basic attack and then intro skill. The intro skill can be skipped to save some resources. Moving on to her rotations. We start with her intro skill into her basic attack 4. You can cancel the end animation using her skill and the skill's animation can be cancelled using her ultimate. Just make sure to not cancel them too early or you won't get the forte points. Then do basic attack 1 and 2, jump to cancel the animation, basic attack 1 and 2 again and cancel the animation with skill 1 and 2 and cancel the animation with her ultimate. Then use echo skill and outro. In Aemeath Mono Fusion team with Lupa, Denia will be the first one to start the rotation. So for her opener rotation, you can start with her basic attack 1 into her skill, then dash her animation cancel, do 4 basic attacks into her ultimate, then do the usual rotation. If you have her S3, you can directly start with ultimate. You can include quick swap in her rotations. For instance, in a liberation form, you can do basic attack 1, 2, swap to a different character and swap back to Denia to cast basic attack 3 and 4. You can also swap into Denia early to do basic attacks and fill up her forte. For Tune Strain teams with Luuk and Qingxiao, at the beginning of the fight, I like to use the skill and swap cancel as it applies Tune Strain and activates Denia's forte passive that fills up half of the Tune Break bar. Moving on to her weapons. Her best weapon is obviously the signature, buffing her personal damage and giving a 24% attack buff to the whole team. But it is not needed as she is a sub DPS, so instead of investing in her weapon, you will get more value by investing in the weapon of a main DPS. However, for Tune Strain mode, its effect is more noticeable, but as an F2P, I would still prefer to use the resources on a more valuable weapon. And she also has many great alternatives like the String Marshal, which is the second best option, followed by the signatures of other DPS characters and Cosmic Ripples. I have tested and compared the Cosmic Ripples with the signature and the difference in actual combat was not that significant. Moving on to her echoes. Depending on how you are using Denia, she has 3 main echo sets. For Fusion Burst mode, the Chromatic Foam with Denia Echo skill is a best set, giving a total of 37% fusion damage bonus to the next character. In Fusion Burst team with Lupa, it is better to use Denia with the Flaming Claw print set and Lupa with Moonlit Clouds. as outroing from Lupa to Aemeath will give the best buffs to her. And for Tune Strain mode, Reel of Spliced Memories with Voidwing Moth is the best option as it gives 20 Tune Break boost to the team and 10% attack to the main DPS with the Echo skill. And if you cannot use any of these sets, you can use a Moonlit Cloud set till you get access to them. For her Echo stats, crit rate or damage on the 4 cost, double fusion or a combination of 1 fusion and 1 attack percent on the 3 cost, and attack percent on the 1 cost. For energy regen, I would recommend around 120 to 125% for most of her teams. For Lupa teams, you can go with a lower amount of around 110%. For substats, prioritize energy regen until required, followed by crit stats, liberation damage, attack percent and flat attack. Moving on to our team comps. Denia is a core sub DPS for all DPS characters that rely on Tune Strain or Fusion Burst. She is a best sub DPS for both the Tune Strain DPS, Qingxiao and Luuk. For the last slot, Morne is the best option for these teams. Shorekeeper or Varina are the other alternatives. And she is the best sub DPS for Fusion Burst Aemeath team. For the third slot, the best option is Chisa, followed by Sui Sui and Lupa. For Lupa, you will have to make some changes. In this team, Denia starts a rotation and uses the Flaming Claw print, while Lupa uses the Moonlit Clouds. Other alternatives are Shorekeeper, Varina or Morne. Morne is better if you have her S1. So overall, Denia is the best sub DPS for a total of 3 meta teams, and will be usable for any future characters that can apply Tune Strain or Fusion Burst. She can provide excellent crowd control for AoE contents while also dealing amazing personal damage. Let me know your opinions on her, and that was all for this video. Join my Discord server to hang out with the community and for occasional giveaways. Subscribe to my channel for more Wuthering Waves videos, and thanks for watching.